hoping, praying, wishing, manifesting the best.
I think I can do it. I will take it.
It's the last one.
I can do this. I could stand here and look at that all day long. So good. Hey everybody, welcome back to the new and improved studio. This is my first day kind of working in it and its new, more organized state, and I am already feeling so motivated. Like, this just re-energized something in me. Like, I need more orders so that I can stand there and package them. You have no idea. Just in case you're new, my name is Victoria and this is Renascential, my small bath and body care brand. All right, so the name of the game for this vlog is Redemption. As you guys know, I recently had a big market, and I was so determined to be over-prepared for it that I ended up pulling an all-nighter to make my products and restock. The market itself was fine. It went really well, actually. No complaints when it comes to sales and turnout. That was awesome. But I feel like I didn't show up as my best self out there because I was literally falling asleep behind my booth table. Just go see for yourself. It was a long day, but I did get accepted into the same market again, and it's coming up on Sunday. Today is Friday. So I have 2 days to finish prepping and kind of getting myself together for this market so that I'm not in the same place that I was last month. I'm already in a much better place inventory wise. You guys just saw me finish up a batch of body scrubs that I made yesterday and finished jarring up today. I always let those sit overnight. So those are good to go and ready to get labeled. And over here behind me, I already have some more stock of my body creams, but I also have a ton of inventory in my market containers over here. Inventory wise, I'm in a good place. Technically, I don't need to make anything, but I'm starting to get low in a few areas, and it just feels so good to be ahead for the first time in a while. And I don't want to let myself get too comfortable and then get right back in the same place that I was last month, where I was constantly making small batches of products every week just to restock what I sold that week at markets. No more of that. I'm trying to ramp up my inventory batching so that I stay in this place because it's comfortable here. I feel very comfortable. So with 2 more days left to plan, I'm going to do my creams today and maybe the perfume oils, since they're just so easy to knock out and get done. If not, then I'll do those tomorrow with my bath salts, very small batch of those that I need to make, and body oils. And then of course, the scrubs are done. I can tell that it's less echoey out here. It could still be a bit better once I get more decor and stuff on the walls, but just putting up that pegboard, oh my gosh. I'm gonna be so distracted working because I keep looking at it. If you missed last week's video, I did another episode of my studio makeover series. It's a slow game. We're doing things little by little and getting this to basically turn into my dream studio space because I have so much room to work with. So if you missed that, make sure you go check that out here. I'm getting a bit of a later start than I usually like to when I'm making products. It's already almost 3 p.m. and I've actually been out here since around 11-ish, I think. But I've been on my computer working on catching up on a lot of stuff that fell off my to-do list last week, like just social media planning, marketing, cleaning out my email inbox, things like that. We're diving into products now, but because I'm only making one thing today, which is exactly what I told myself I wanted to be the new plan, is just, one product category per production day. She says, well, then remembering that tomorrow she's making 3 categories, but the bath salts, body oils, and perfume oils are all so easy. That feels like the equivalent of making my creams today, if that makes sense. It's fine. So yes, today I'm making all my body creams, and I've divided that into 3 primary batches that I then kind of separate by scent. So the first batch is black amber and lavender and pink sugar. Then we've got cashmere silk and dark pomegranate, and then vanilla oak and white tea bergamot is batch number 3. We're gonna get all those on the heat and start melting them down. Oh my gosh. It's always the cetyl alcohol. Oh my gosh. Just kidding. Your girl planned ahead. Okay, so I've got those out on the heat. I'm gonna give those a little bit to melt down before I combine. I'm going to go ahead and print out some labels and get everything, the scrubs that I made the other day, get those labeled up so that they're done and I can go ahead and add them to the inventory. I actually just got a new shipment of label paper from onlinelabels.com, and as you can see, I got another binder so that one of these will have all my label paper, the other one will have all of the printed labels. I am committed to now getting both of these like totally organized. I have tons of these sheet protector things, but I'm still missing section dividers in here, which would make it easier when I just need to find, 8-ounce jars, go right to that section. But for now, I have them in here in the label paper binder. Each sheet protector has just one label size within it. And then within here, and I mentioned this during my studio makeover video, so if you missed that one, go back and kind of see what I'm talking about in detail. This black, amber, and lavender scrub divider, for example, right now has the 2-ounce, 4-ounce, and 8-ounce labels. So I don't know for sure what I have printed out and ready, or if I need to print anything else out anyway, until I actually come in here and pull them out. I want each sheet protector to just be holding one size and 1 scent. Yes, it'll be a lot of stuff, but honestly, I guess really it won't, because if they're already in here, putting them in their own protectors just makes my life easier. It doesn't really increase the size of the binder. And if it does, I'll get a thicker one anyway. I think this is like 1.5 inches. I could probably go up to like a 3-inch binder for the printed labels one, maybe even scale up the paper. I don't know, we'll see. I'm just going to get these organized so that my brain is too. Now in here, I've got my 2-ounce jar paper, 4-ounce jar, 8-ounce jar, 2-ounce bottle, more 2-ounce bottles because I got a lot of those, 4-ounce bottles, and again, more 4-ounce, 8-ounce bottles. Here are the perfume oil labels and continued more of those, 8-ounce bath salts, and 16-ounce bath salts. That is everything in the label paper binder. In my other binder, this is the one that's going to need a little bit of work and a lot more sheet protectors. Let me grab those. I definitely have enough of these, so that's good news. I just need to pull basically everything out of here and start organizing them. As you can see, inside this black, amber, and lavender binder or protector, I had the 2-ounce labels, the 4-ounce labels, and the 8-ounce labels just all together, and that's not going to work anymore. I've started thinking a little bit about little things that I could outsource. Before I get more hands in here actually helping me do some things, I've just been kind of thinking about what are a few things that I could possibly just hand over to somebody else so that it's not on my mental or physical to-do list. And getting my labels printed is one of those, but I'm not sure yet if I want to do that because it's expensive and I have so many size and scent options options that I'm not sure if it would be more cost effective than just printing them myself. And at least right now, I don't have to worry about any misprints or, I don't know, like the color not being consistent, things like that. I wouldn't have that control over if I actually do outsource who's printing these. It'd be nice to have it off my plate, but also this doesn't take me super long to do. I don't want to just do it to do it. I would do it because this is actually going to make a massive difference for me, for the business, XYZ. And I'm just not sure yet, but I know that some people do that, and I'd love you guys' take on that. When it comes to labels specifically, how do you guys go about getting those printed, or do you print them yourself like I do? If you do outsource it, are you happy with that experience? Would you recommend it for someone who has like 50 million things going on like myself? I got this label organization idea, like putting them inside a binder, from Tara Lee. I love her content. Oh my gosh. If you guys are ever looking for more information on actually creating products, because I don't make content on that just yet. As I'm still going through my course, I don't really feel comfortable teaching how to make formulas and all of that, even though I do have a pretty good knowledge level of that. It's just not something that I really want to share while I'm still in this learning phase. Rest assured, coming once I finish the course. In the meantime, if you guys are ever looking for content like that, Tara's channel is so good. Such like good product ideas if you're ever just looking for some things that you may want to create. And then also when it comes to like execution and understanding ingredients and all of that, she was kind of where I started before I decided to dig a bit deeper and kind of get into my course. Tara's channel was a wealth of information for me when I was looking for just more information on ingredients and how to use them and things like that. And then of course I was even subscribed to her Patreon, where she puts out like bonus videos and then full breakdowns of the formulas that she features in her videos. So I highly, highly, highly recommend her channel. I'll have it linked below. Oh, these are both 4 ounce. I have been getting way more active over on my Instagram profile. I would love it if you guys would not only go and follow and just, you know, check out the content, but also let me know what you think. Let me know, because I'm really trying to step it up. I've been backlogging content for a minute now, and I'd like to give a quick shout out to one of my friends. Her name is Jocelyn, and she has a brand called Mantras and Merch. So I'm gonna have that linked in the description for you guys. We are in kind of like a business co-working group chat group. We get together and we do co-working together, and it's actually one of my favorite days out of the month whenever we have time to all link up. But there's different types of business owners in the group, all women. There's someone who's an author, someone who's a content creator. Jocelyn herself has her brand. I have mine. It's just really cool to have all of our different perspectives on one call, and we'll just like link up and work, and it's so motivating. Jocelyn actually challenged us to do somewhat of like a 75 hard, which you guys may have heard of. It's for lifestyle changes. It's all about like eating and working out and having like really good routines, and it's called hard because it's not easy. And essentially she kind of challenged us to a 75 hard social media challenge. I'm trying to kind of workshop the rules for myself to make it somewhat, I still want it to be difficult. I want it to be hard because it should be, but I also want it to be realistic. I want to be able to keep up with it. Something about me, if I set my mind to do something and then I don't accomplish it, I don't want to feel like I let myself down. I do want to make sure that it's something that's attainable and realistic for me to keep up with. Getting videos up for you guys every week, that is on the list. That is a non-negotiable because I really enjoy doing this. In addition to that, I'm trying to post as often as possible. I'm shooting for 3 times a week, posting a static post, carousel, or a reel 3 times a week, in addition to the weekly YouTube videos. And then I'm also trying to be way more active in my story, which right now I'm slacking on. I kind of think about my Instagram story less. It's like not even on my radar most times unless I'm physically at an event. I'll always kind of promote that in my Instagram story, but I'm so bad with that. So this challenge will really push me to be on top of it a bit more. Massive shout out to Jocelyn. Shout out to the rest of the business bosses in my group. We're having a lot of fun with this. I'm excited to see how this challenge helps us all grow over the next 75 days. That's huge. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time this weekend batching content. I've already started posting a bit more than I have been, but I'm not exactly where I should be yet still. So I'd love it if I could get a little bit of a backlog of captions and things written because I have the photos. Shout out to Kyle because I did get my photo shoot images back. So we're gonna go through that in the next vlog too. I need to get my site updated. I'm no longer lacking on content and I'm definitely not lacking on ideas. It's the time. It's always the time that I don't have enough of. I can do this. I would love it if I could push myself to do even more than 3 times a week. It would be great if maybe I could even bump that up to 5 times a week, like all of the, the weekdays maybe, and like 1 post on the weekends or something like that. I have my Instagram linked down below. It's just at Renascential, and I would love it if you guys join me over there too. Okay, all of these are actually misprint labels that I kept for some reason. None of these are right. Like they're on the 4-ounce size, but they say 8 ounce. Some of them I adjusted the color bar on the front of my labels. For this one, some of them I've adjusted this color a bit just to make it either lighter or darker for the font. And yeah, they just aren't printed correctly. These are all trash and I think I held on to them because it hurts to throw them away. And I do still have paper for my samples, the ones that'll be in here for when I'm shipping out packages. I like to attach a sample of a different scent that customer hasn't, tried yet, or a different product. If they've only gotten creams, I'll give them a scrub sample. So I have lots of these already printed out and ready to go. And I also have more paper, so that's perfect. I will probably just leave these here in the back. Scrub, 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 scrub. And then these are creams. I'll just throw these sample labels back here, and then that is it. That did not take nearly as long as I thought it would. And that goes to show you that procrastination is usually more of a waste of time than the thing you're procrastinating doing. I'm gonna go ahead and check on those batches on the heat, make sure that they're okay. Those are some pretty big batches, so they still need some time on the heat to finish melting down. I am going to print out any labels that I need here. And now that my binder is organized, I can actually see what I'm short on. All right, that was quick and easy. And I only need 1 sheet of the pink sugar scrubs in the 4-ounce size. I probably should go ahead and do this same thing for the creams that I'm currently making, but I'm pretty sure I need most of those printed and I'll just deal with that in a second. One thing at a time, otherwise I start to lose myself. You guys probably see that I alternate sometimes between the clear labels and the white labels. And I don't know if it's an issue specifically with online labels or if it's how all clear label paper is. It's so tedious to apply and it slows me down. I still have a lot of it because I had made the decision to switch over to clear instead of white. But because it gives me so many issues, I'm still in the testing phase with it. So I'll keep looking, but for now, even though I love how it looks, especially with the scrubs, I love that you can see the color of the scrubs through the paper. You can still see it on the side in the white option, and I'm still proud of my branding and how I designed the labels. So it was a nice to have, not a need to have, and to have something that's slowing me down when I'm actively trying to outsource things and hire more help. I can't afford to have that right now. So I'll use up what I have, and then I'm going to stick with the white paper for now until either I start getting my labels printed professionally or until I can find a better source of the paper, because this ain't working. Oh my gosh. I just ripped the label right. Oh wow. Oh, that's annoying. I'm pretty sure I had one more. I need exactly 4 of these for these 4 scrubs, and there were 4 left on this sheet, but I do think I had one more left. Ah, I have 2. I will take it. And we are done with the scrubs. Look at how convenient. Everything is just right here. I love this. Life is good. Okay, and like clockwork, everything on the stove is ready to come back in and blend together. So let me grab that. So I've got all of the primary batches done and combined. I'm going to go ahead and separate out the 3 other scents so that these are all in the beakers that they'll finish in. Let's print some labels while these cool for a little bit. Okay, I need 2 sheets, different scents of the 2 ounce, 6 sheets of the 4 ounce and 2 of the 8. Not too bad. I think these have had enough time to cool down now. Time to finish them up. I just realized I don't have enough jars, clean and ready to use, 8-ounce jars specifically. I have everything else I need, but I need about 6 more 8-ounce jars to get these all jarred and ready for labels. So what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and blend these up, add in the fragrance and the preservative, and then cover them for the night. And then I'll have time to clean and sanitize more jars that I have. I have a shipment of them. I just haven't cleaned them and sanitized them yet, so I'm not feeling comfortable using them, of course. So I'm gonna do that tonight. That way, in the morning, I can come in here and jar everything all at once, doing just the 4-ounce and 2-ounce sizes and leaving the remainder amounts that I have for the 8-ounce jars would be annoying. So I'd rather do it all in one go tomorrow. So one more step for the night, and then I'm heading inside to watch Love Island. Are you guys watching? Do you have any issues with the season? And tell me why it's Taylor and Ace. Sick of them. All right, guys, that is where I'm going to leave this for tonight. Everything's in a good place to sit for now. I'm gonna let them sit uncovered for just a little bit, and then I will come back out and actually cover them or something for the night. And then we'll finish them up in the morning. And I do mean the morning. I lost a lot of time today, but again, it wasn't a waste of time. I had a bunch of stuff that I needed to get done. Glad I did that. Glad I did these, and the scrubs are done. Those are the hardest 2 products to make. Everything else will be a breeze. Tomorrow, I'm off to Love Island. See you in the morning. Good afternoon. Yes, afternoon, because I decided to chill this morning. The creams are good to go. I can go ahead and get those jarred up, but I'm actually going to get the oils on the stove so those can heat infuse for a bit before I do that. Okay, so I plan to make a bit of a bigger batch of the oils, but I'm kind of low on the fractionated coconut oil, so I ordered more of that, and I already have some in my inventory here and in my market box, so I think I'll be fine. I'm sure I'll be fine for this market, and then I'll restock next week even bigger like I plan to today, because these are simple to make. I'm just happy to have a lot of scrubs in stock and creams in stock, and these are fine to do as needed. These bowls are actually bigger than I needed them to be, but we're in too deep. Okay, so those are on the heat. I'd like to go ahead and get all of the creams jarred. That way, when the oils are done, I can do one mass labeling of that. So that's next. I have a filling machine that I use sometimes when I'm making my body creams. If I'm being honest, I haven't used it in a long time. I have 2 different basins. Let me show you. So they're like this. I have 2 big containers like this, and then they slip into like the filling portion of the machine. But I haven't used this in a minute because I have so many scent options. So if I'm making a batch of all of my creams, that's 6 different scents. 7? 6. I could do 2 at a time. That's fine. If I'm making like just 2 scents in a day, we're great. But if I'm making all 6, that's 4 rounds of cleaning these out in between so that I can use this, and it's just easier for me to pipe them myself. So instead of using those, I've been using a method that I saw on Brown Sugar Skincare's channel. I'll have her linked below, but she also makes vlogs running her small business, and they're great. Love watching her. And what she does is she makes these like body butter burritos, I think she calls it, where she like rolls out some plastic wrap and then uses that inside of a reusable piping bag. So that's what I'll be doing. I'm actually going to get more of these reusable piping bags. They can be cleaned and then reused, obviously. So I'm going to do that. That way I can cut out the plastic wrap portion of this and I can just clean those. But if I had 6 of those, that's perfect. That's everything. That's the new method. I'm gonna test it out again today. I hope this is enough plastic wrap. Not gonna lie, the worst portion of this is using the plastic wrap, this cling wrap, number 1, because this stuff is the bane of my existence. I hate how much it clings to itself, which I know is the point, but it's annoying when I'm trying to lay it out flat. But there we go. We got our first wrap ready for some cream. Okay, so in case you blinked and you missed it, here's the process. You roll out the saran wrap, the cling wrap, go ahead and dump out all of the body butter, body cream, yada yada. And then you create a little body cream burrito, a cream burrito. Yuck. And then once I do that, I kind of tie off one end into a knot and the other end I leave with like a lot more of a tail. That way I can slip it into the reusable bag and grab it from the opening on the end. And I actually have a pair of like long tweezers that I use to help me grab it because, oh, well this one slipped right through, so no problem. But sometimes I'll actually get in there with this to pull out that end just in case it's being annoying. And then you can go ahead and snip off the excess and start piping. And as you can see, I leave a little bit more excess on the end here, just coming out of the bottom of the piping bag. That way when I'm done, I can actually just pull it through this way instead of having to pull it out the top, which then would get, you know, excess cream on the inside of the bag and kind of start mixing sense. All of the creams are done. I'm just trying to make a bit of room on this table so that I can get to labeling when I'm ready. Cool. I am just going to keep the progress rolling and move right on into the perfume oils. We'll do perfume oils and then we'll do the bath salts. Body oils have about 20 minutes left on the heat, which is like the perfect amount of time for me to knock hopefully both of these out. Challenge accepted. And just like that, we are done with the perfume. Last thing I need to make is like the smallest batch of bath salts. I'm making 2 8-ounce jars of my French lavender scent, and that's it. I'm already stocked on all the other ones. We are like this close, almost done. I want it to be done in here by 6 o'clock tonight, just so that I have a little bit of downtime before working tomorrow and then back to full-time work on Monday. So it is 4:21. I think I can do it. The oils are probably about ready to come off. I think while I'm standing here, I'm going to go ahead and do that small batch of bath salts because, you know, why not? Why save it? Scratch that. I'm actually going to go ahead and get these poured into their bottles so that I could just see it now. I move one of them and then I get the scent mixed up and then I have to sniff test it. It's a whole thing. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and do that off camera and then I'll get back to the salts. My timer for the oils just went off. So I'm gonna actually turn off the heat of those first. Then I'll do these and do the salts while those are cooling down a bit. And these are now ready to get bottled. We're moving on to the bath salts, and I have a really small batch of these to make. Like I said, just 2 8-ounce jars of the lavender. So I shouldn't need that big of a bowl. All right. You know what time it is. Time to label all these goodies. I finished up everything. There are a few things I needed to lock in. It's what time? 6:50, so I'm a little behind my planned rest time and like triggered. So I am going to finish up this labeling, and that's the last thing I need to do. I have my tablecloths for both of my booth tables in the dryer. Those are clean, just drying up. Then I can pack those. Then I can update my inventory and pack these. And we are truly in the final stretch before it's even dark. That's key. All right, let's get this done. And with that, we have a full house. I'm about to quickly pack all of this up into my storage boxes behind me, and then that's my last step. I need to put little circle stickers on the caps of these, but I'm actually pulling inventory from my shelf over here first, and then I'm filling in the new stuff, you know, first in, first out. I might leave the little circle dots for anything that actually needs it, and I'll do that later because I kind of just hit my work peak for the day. I'm ready to just go get on the couch. But I will check in once that part is done because that is it for me today. And then we are on the road to the market tomorrow morning. Okay guys, so here is where I'm leaving my inventory. This is from everything I made today or, you know, the past few days. I've already taken what I need for the market with me and packed it up into my storage boxes. So I'm good to go. And this is all being added to my shelf, which is awesome. Because as you can see, I did a little bit of inventory shopping over here and took what I needed first. And it's really nice that I can just build that right back up. That about wraps up everything that I have on my to-do list. So I'm about to head inside and just chill for the rest of the night and actually go to sleep at a normal time. I am pumped for this market. Like, I'm gonna pack lunch so I don't have to leave my booth. I'm gonna get a full night of sleep and like downtime on the couch before I have to just jump upstairs and go to sleep. The only thing that I didn't do today, and like at this point I'm a broken record, I didn't stamp my bags. But again, I'm going to bring everything that I need with me tomorrow to do it at my booth. And I'm planning to get there a bit earlier than I'm technically supposed to so that my tent is completely set up. And then when I'm done, I'm aiming to have about 30 minutes of downtime before people start actually arriving. Fingers crossed, I get it done in the booth. If I don't, I don't. It's fine. It's life. That is where I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this vlog. Just kidding. I'll see you guys in the morning for the market. Oh my gosh. Something in my back seat is rattling and it's driving me crazy. Good morning, guys. All right, so here's the deal. I woke up in a great mood because I slept. So, you know, that's the key. When I tell you it has been the most beautiful week, very hot, mind you, but really beautiful. Weather-wise, it has been just nothing but blue skies and sunny, hot days. Apparently today starts like a week-long rain that we're supposed to get. As someone heading to an outdoor event, I'm slightly stressed. I have one rule for myself before markets. I check the weather a week out before the market and then I leave it alone. Because unless I get an email from the organizers saying that they're going to be canceling, there is no point for me to sit there and stress myself out and hope that it shifts and do all this, because honestly I'm not going to keep losing booth fees, and it's kind of just the nature of doing outdoor markets. When I checked the weather earlier last week, it showed a little bit of rain today, but it wasn't until, or no, it was supposed to start like in the morning and be
done by the time the market started. A few days ago, I broke my rule and I looked at the weather again, and this time it had shifted to around like right in the middle of the market. We're out here today from 10:30 until 4:30 p.m. And when I looked a few days ago, the rain was supposed to start around like 11 to 1. And this morning, naturally, when I left home and saw how cloudy the sky was, I was like, all right, what's going on? And sure enough, the weather has now shifted a bit more, and it's showing that the rain should start between 2 to 4. So I'm hoping that it just keeps pushing. Just get out of my way. It is cloudy. There's like a little bit of sun poking out, but not as much as there has been all week. And the rest of this week looks rough. Like, it's not looking good. I am riding my good mood. I'm riding my, rested energy that I have right now. And whatever happens, happens. At least the market right now should be good in the beginning of the day. I don't know if you guys remember, but when I was giving my recap the first time I did this market, I had just gotten done breaking down my tent and getting my car when it completely like monsooned, almost felt like hailing. It was a rough process getting out of there. That's not going to be great. There's no good time for it to rain when you have a market. I don't want it to rain in the beginning. I don't want it to rain at the end. I don't want it to rain right in the middle. That all, messes with foot traffic and people wanting to come out and shop. But it's also just really rough as a vendor breaking down or setting up in the rain. It's not ideal. Hoping, praying, wishing, manifesting the best. All right, I'm going to put back on my music so I can drown out the sound of whatever's rattling in my trunk, because that's actually going to get to me soon. So I'll talk to you guys when I get there and I'm all set up.
Well. Guess who forgot to press the power button on her new microphone? Guys, I was sick to my stomach when I realized that no audio was recorded for the first bit of this market. Just wait, you'll see that realization happen in just a little bit. You already know my usual product spiel by now, so you aren't missing too much of that, but I will throw in some voiceovers here and there just to fill in the gaps. I got all set up and actually made my first 3 sales before we even officially opened at 10:30, which is starting to seem like a common thing for this market. The people are ready. Ooh, I decided to try something new today. Now that I've really started putting more time and energy into creating content that I actually relate to over on Instagram, I decided to offer people 15% off if they followed me on Instagram during this market. This is my first time trying this, but I've overheard other vendors doing it at events, so I figured, hey, I should give it a try. But let me just be so real right now. I kind of forgot. I think I only end up offering this to maybe 5 people throughout the whole market, which makes me kind of sad for the people who didn't get to benefit from it. But every time I did offer it, I made the sale and I get a new follower. So this is definitely something I'm officially working into my talking points at markets. I hop around at so many different locations, so I really want people to remember me after they purchased and hopefully end up turning into a recurring customer. So this is just a great way to start building those relationships. My booth neighbors today were awesome. To my left, I had a jewelry brand, which is my personal biggest weakness out of these markets. And then to the right was a luxury towel brand called Kitty Hawk, KTTYHWK. And one of the founders' name is Victoria. She goes by Tori, which I always say is the nickname totally reserved for my mom, but it's always really cool to meet another Victoria because that really doesn't happen to me that often. I always give my neighbors a warning that I'll be filming so that they can let me know if they don't want to be on camera, and then I'll just make sure to set up my angles carefully so they aren't in the background of the shot, but also so that they aren't confused when they hear me just breaking out into a full conversation with myself throughout the day. Looking back at it now, it's actually hilarious to me that because of this mic issue, I didn't even realize that I truly was talking to myself this time. It was around this point that I had already sold 5 of my dark pomegranate perfumes, and only had 5 more in stock. It was such a great day for the perfumes across the board, actually. Ooh, I'll be packing a lot more of those from now on, especially for this market. Are you kidding me? Do you see these macaroons? I got a pack of 4, red velvet, pistachio, chocolate hazelnut, and coffee. And I seriously can't say enough good things. Definition of melt in your mouth. They're based out of South Carolina and they take orders via Instagram DM, so I'll have them linked below. I highly recommend, if you can get your hands on these, do it now. I can't remember if I ever talked about this in the vlogs, but you guys have probably noticed that I usually stay seated in the booth instead of standing up to welcome customers in. I think I do a pretty good job of engaging and talking with people, but to be honest, this is mainly because I am so tall. Guys, I'm a 6'1", so I literally tower over most people, and I really don't want to make them feel like I'm hovering over them while they're just trying to test out the products. But I did decide to give it a little bit of a test today, and then I promptly sat back down. Something that I realized today is that I need a better method for testing out my body scrubs. When the water hits it while you're actually using it in the shower or the bath, it actually changes consistency a little bit and becomes this silky, almost lotion-like texture, but you still get a lot of scrubbing work time out of the sugar. So it would be really great if I could find a way to let people actually get that experience at markets. One of these customers actually scooped some out and used it on her hand, which doesn't happen that often. People usually only do that with the body creams, but I didn't currently have a way to help her rinse it off afterwards. So here's my new plan. I have a squirt bottle, like right now in my studio, that would be so perfect for this. So when a customer is showing interest in the scrubs, I'll actually offer to wet their hand or their arm or wherever they want to test it with the bottle, let them test it out for themselves, see the texture change, and then help them rinse it off or give them like a wet wipe to get rid of the excess. Again, this is why I really love markets. You don't usually get that kind of experience shopping online or at retail stores, you know? All right. I didn't have time to do this last month and I was kind of kicking myself for it. So we're about to get out of the booth and take a quick lap around this market because I have to show you guys how many people are here. It's crazy. So we're gonna take a quick lap and then come back to me finally fixing the mic problem. Guys, I'm sick to my stomach right now. I think I've been filming all day and the audio hasn't been working. Like I'm 99% sure. And that makes me want to throw up. I have a lot of voiceovering to do. I was so excited to have this mic out at this market because I had so much to share and talk about, and I don't think I got any of it. Hey, how are you guys? Body scrubs, and then I've got body oils that are unscented. It's been such a good day, and I've gotten a lot of footage, and I've been talking to you guys, and I don't think I got any of it. And like, it's because I didn't push a power button. Oh my gosh. It's 1:45. The market is done at 4:30, so welcome to the market. I'm trying to really make sure that this doesn't affect my mood right now, but wow, that sucks. Okay, so let's do a quick recap on how the day has gone because I gotta reset. So far, I made about 17 sales. I, at one point, was saying that there are a lot of people out here, like just as many as last time, but I'm kind of keeping an eye on both, of course, my booth, but also my booth neighbors. And across the board, people aren't making like sales like they were last month. There's a ton of people here, but it seems like they're just like on a conveyor belt on the sidewalk in front of us. They aren't stopping into the booth and buying too often. That's still 17 sales. There's just so many people out here that you would assume it's a bit more, but I'm still like overly grateful for the 17 that stopped in. Hi, how are you? I don't smell anything in the front. The perfumes match the body creams and scrubs.
And then this is my
somebody.
I got you.
Finally.
I got you.
Somebody gets it. I need everything.
By the time you're done, like it's baked into your skin. Exactly. Mix and match them. They're so nice. Thank you. Would you like a receipt? Bye. It's like not your typical vanilla scent, you know, like a little more earthy.
I guess I should smell all of them.
Go for it. Yeah, no, take your time. Do you guys want a little bag? Or, okay, gotcha.
I've got a little bag already.
You going? Perfect. Cool. Wow. It is slowing down a little bit. We still have 2 hours. It's 2:35 and we get done at 4:30. So we still have a good chunk of time. When I leave here, I'm actually going to stop by IKEA and return those things that I don't need anymore. Perfect. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a great one. Yeah, I made sure to bring the things that I need to return to IKEA with me. So that's my stop on the way home. And then probably also food because I was saying at one point, but you guys couldn't hear me, I am not hungry, which is so surprising. I packed myself some lunch, or I made myself some lunch, but I forgot it on my kitchen counter, so it didn't make its way here. So I thought I'd be very hungry by now, but I am not. I think when I leave here, I'll probably grab something just to eat on the road, or who knows. Oh my gosh, puppy. Oh, puppy. I'm at my breaking point with like the puppy love. I want a dog so bad, but two things. I really want to fence my yard first because I want them to just like have a free for all in the backyard. I also don't think I have time for a puppy right now. And like, I want a puppy, I want a baby. I need to factor in time and money for them to get trained because I don't have time to do it at this time. I don't want every weekend of theirs to be behind the booth of meat markets. So we'll see. One of these days I'm going to break. I'm going to get a dog. It's the last one.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, how are you? Good. How are you, Bo?
Good.
Good. I've got all natural bath and body care. Feel free to open up anything on the front trays and smell. Gotcha. Would you like a receipt? I was nervous about that vanilla when I first launched it because it's not your typical kind of sweet bakery vanilla. It's more earthy.
I like the. I kind of like a dark vanilla. Yeah.
The same way. Good. Thank you so much, you guys. Hope you love them. Receipt? No. Gotcha. Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye. I kind of toss it. I give you a little one. Yeah. Gotcha. Much appreciate it. Have a good one. We have 30 minutes left until it's time to start packing up. Is this mic on? It is indeed. All right, we have 30 minutes left until we start packing up, and I am ready to get some food. It just hit me, but it's like too late now to leave the booth and go get something. Like that would just be a waste, and I want to enjoy it. So we're gonna pack up, we're gonna get out of here, we're going to return at IKEA, and then get some food, and then have a picnic in the car before I drive home. Would you like a bag, or do you want to toss in your tote? Gotcha. Thank you so much. Hope you love it. And that's the end. I'm packing up. I'll see you guys in the car. All right, guys, I am in the car. I'm all packed up, and I'm actually waiting in line for some food in the drive-thru. So I figured let's use the time to close out the vlog. What started as a morning that was forecasting about 30 to 40% rain right at like the last 2.5 hours of the market turned into a day with no rain, not a drop. In fact, it was actually kind of beautiful. I did not start sweating once today, and that's not typical for summertime for me. It was windy all day, kind of that like pre-rain wind. It was like partly cloudy, but just sunny enough that people were out, they're wearing shorts and sundresses and just having a really great time. And overall, the crowd, I mean, you guys saw, was insane. It was insane. So the weather did nothing to mess up the turnout, and that's awesome. I made a little bit less than I did last month at this market, but I still made a good amount. I made about 30 sales. Actually, I think it was 30 on the dot. 30 sales, which is really, really good, especially for a bigger market. I think it could have been more, but I will say people at this market tend to buy bigger. Like, they aren't just getting, you know, 1 4-ounce product. A lot of people were getting the full size product, and this is their first time experiencing my brand, and they were getting the full 8-ounce products, or they were getting discovery kits, or they were building a kit of essentials, what I call my body essentials kit. I do a bundle. If you get a 4-ounce cream, scrub, and oil, it's $40 instead of what it would be. I think it'd be like $45 if you bought those like separately together. Kind of created a little bundle kit there, and that has helped with sales a lot. So today was one of those days where people were shopping big. I made 30 sales, and I'm so proud of that. It was good, especially when I realized my little audio issue and my mood kind of tanked for a bit there. I felt my social battery just like being depleted. I was really annoyed. One second, it's my turn at the window. Okay, I got the goods, and I'm just pulled over for a second so I can actually eat before I start driving home. Altogether, it was really good. I am so happy that I got accepted to this market 2 times back to back because it's really competitive. It's actually, from what I've heard, not typical to get like 2 back to back like that. And I've already been waitlisted for August and September, so, you know, goes to show that it's not an everyday kind of thing or an every month kind of thing. But hopefully, my hope is that I'm back in here in the fall when it's like, you know, Bath and Body Care time and closer to gifting season, all of that. That's what my real hope is. I'm actually good to not be in there. August, it's too hot. I'm only doing like 3 markets in August because I can't do this anymore. Can't live this way. And then in September, again, you know, it's still a little bit hot. We're kind of transitioning seasons. I'm so good to keep those months really light. I'm actually probably going to cancel a few of my markets in September as well. Overall, good day. Good day, and you know, I'll figure out the audio footage issue. Like, it'll be fine. And I think I bounced back quickly, so I'm gonna like pat myself in the back there. I felt myself shutting down, and I did not. So great job, Vic. Alright guys, I'm about to eat this food and get on the road so I can get home and chill and just, you know, soak up a little bit of the weekend before I have to go back to work tomorrow. I will see you guys in the next vlog. I'm actually not sure what we're going to do in the next one. I have a few different ideas, so you'll just have to tune in to see. As always, if you enjoyed this, please give me a like, comment, share with your friends, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.